In 2024, Duolingo pulled in about $748 million in revenue, and it spent only around 12% of that on sales and marketing. For a consumer app, that number should be impossible. Most apps burn 30, 40, even 50% of revenue just buying users. Duolingo grew 41% in a single year, and did it while spending less on ads than almost anyone in its category. How? A cartoon owl, a passive-aggressive, meme-generating, slightly menacing green owl that does the marketing for free. Stick around, because the way Duolingo turned a mascot into a growth machine is one of the smartest business plays of the decade. Here's the thing most people miss about Duolingo. The owl isn't a mascot. It's a marketing department, one that works 24 hours a day and never asks for a paycheck. His name is Duo. Full name, according to the internet, Duo Keishana Renee Lingo. And he became famous for one thing: guilt-tripping you into practicing your language lessons. The app sends notifications like, "These reminders don't seem to be working. We'll stop sending them for now." That passive aggression became a joke. The joke became a meme. And the meme became free advertising. Now, this didn't happen by accident. In 2021, a young social media manager named Zaria Parvez took over Duolingo's basically dead TikTok account. Instead of posting polite lessons, she leaned into the chaos. The owl twerking, the owl crying, the owl threatening you, and it worked. Duolingo's TikTok exploded past millions of followers, powered entirely by content that cost almost nothing to make. But here's the question that actually matters. Does going viral make money, or is it just noise? Let's follow the money. Duolingo makes revenue mainly from subscriptions. In 2024, subscriptions were about 81% of that $748 million. People paying monthly for Super Duolingo and its premium tiers. To sell subscriptions, you need users. Lots of them. Duolingo has well over 100 million monthly active users, and the cheapest way to get users is to be talked about for free. That's what the owl does. Every viral video, every meme, every Duolingo threatened me joke is a customer acquisition ad that Duolingo didn't pay for. When a competitor buys an app install, it costs real money, a few dollars a head, sometimes much more. When Duo goes viral, the install is essentially free. So the strategy isn't be funny. The strategy is replace a paid ad budget with earned attention, culture doing the job that cash usually has to do. That's why the company can grow fast while keeping marketing spend low. The owl is cheaper than Facebook ads. Quick pause. If you like business breakdowns like this, hit subscribe. It's free, and it genuinely helps the channel. Now, low ad spend is nice, but it's not the whole machine. The real genius is what happens inside the app. Getting attention is one problem. Keeping people is another. And this is where Duolingo is quietly ruthless. The single most important feature in the app isn't the lessons. It's the streak. The streak counts how many days in a row you've practiced. Miss a day, it resets to 0. And people will do almost anything to protect it. Users have logged in from hospital beds, from weddings, from airplanes at 30,000 feet, just to keep a number alive. This is behavioral psychology on purpose. Loss aversion. The pain of losing something hurts more than the joy of gaining it. Your streak becomes something you own, and nobody wants to lose what they own. The owl reinforces it. Duo reminds you. Duo guilt trips you. Duo celebrates when you keep the streak going. The mascot and the mechanic work together. One keeps you laughing. The other keeps you logging in. And a user who logs in every day for a year. That's a user who eventually pays. Engagement today is revenue tomorrow. But there's a deeper reason this works, and it's about the money the owl saves. Let's put real numbers on it. Duolingo grew revenue 41% in 2024 to that $748 million. Subscription revenue alone was up around 50%. As of the end of 2024, the company had roughly 9.5 million paid subscribers, up 43% in a year. Now compare the marketing line. Sales and marketing was around 12% of revenue. For a hyper-growth consumer app, that is remarkably lean. Many rivals spend far more just to stay visible. Here's why that gap matters. Every dollar you don't spend acquiring a customer is a dollar that becomes profit, or a dollar you can pour into building the product. The owl is effectively a discount on the single biggest cost most app companies face. Free attention isn't a vanity metric here, it's margin. So when people say Duolingo just got lucky with a meme, they're missing it. The memes are the strategy. The chaos is the budget. Being funny is how they avoid spending like everyone else. And once you see it that way, the owl's weirdest stunts start to make perfect sense. Here's what separates Duolingo from every brand that tries to copy it and fails. The chaos is controlled. Every unhinged video still ladders back to one idea: learn a language, or the owl comes for you. The threats are about lessons. The guilt is about streaks. Even at its most absurd, the marketing is always selling the core product. It never drifts into random noise that has nothing to do with the app. The company also isn't afraid to be a character. When Duo died in a marketing stunt, people mourned a cartoon owl. That's not an accident. That's a brand that understands you can't be boring and be talked about at the same time. And crucially, the humor is native to each platform. What works on TikTok stays on TikTok. Duolingo doesn't just repost a TV ad and hope. It builds content for the room it's in. That's why it feels authentic instead of like a corporation cosplaying as your friend. The lesson for any business: personality is free distribution, but only if it's actually connected to what you sell. So where does a machine like this go next? Here's the takeaway worth stealing. Duolingo figured out that in the attention economy, the brands that win aren't the ones with the biggest ad budgets. They're the ones people choose to talk about for free. An owl did that. A cartoon with a bad attitude replaced tens of millions of dollars in advertising, kept marketing spend near 12% of revenue, and helped drive 41% growth in a single year. Not by being polite, by being unforgettable. Most companies treat their brand as decoration. Duolingo treats it as infrastructure. The owl isn't the thing on top of the business. In a very real sense, the owl is the business. A slightly menacing green bird turned out to be one of the most efficient marketing engines in tech. But if Duolingo makes money by getting your attention for free, wait until you see the company that makes more money from your credit card than from its actual product. Your airline is secretly a bank with wings, and that story is on your screen right now.